Looks like we're going. Looks like we're streaming. So, welcome back. It is your boy Bernardo from the BTNHD. BTNHD. Yeah. I say it so many damn times I sometimes forget. So, yeah, I want to give a big shout out for Lenovo hooking us up with the TD340 Think server. Without them, this show would not be possible. So thank you so much, Lenovo. So today's episode is all about Windows 10 1703, which is also considered creator's update, which was pushed out, I believe, this week, April 11th, right? And I decided to do this video for you guys to install, configure MDT 8443. Get yourself up and running with the latest Windows ADK 1703, which was also released. We're going to do a lot of things. So at the bottom of this video, you're going to get a nice little run through of what we are going to be doing. There's a lot, so let's get started. So behind the scenes, I did a lot within our hypervisor. I mean, a lot. I did a video for you guys how to configure a NAT setting or NAT configuration within your ESXi server using pfSense. So this is what I'm using right now as a NAT network. So let's right click on my BJ-MDT server, and we are going to log into it. Let's log into it. And I'm going to give you guys a rundown of what's what in this server. Now, we're running Windows Server 2016. It's not licensed, as you can see. I got to activate Windows. Oh, actually, you guys can't see yet, right? So let me take this stuff out, eliminate that, and now you're able to see. Nice. So, hello, everyone. Now you're able to see. Yo, so our MDT server is the following. I created this server, which is Server 2016. I'm going to go and do a WinVer, and we are running Server 2016 version 1607 build 14393. It's not fully activated because it's my testing lab, so I'm not going to activate it. I did create a Active Directory out of it, so that's good to go. It is running an Active Directory. My Active Directory, my domain controller is called btnhd.edu. I haven't configured WDS. We're going to do that together pretty soon. I haven't installed anything, so I'm going to go and right click here. I'm going to go into control panel because I want to show you guys I haven't done anything on this yet. So we're going to do everything together. See? Nothing. There's no Windows ADK. There's no MDT stuff. There's nothing installed into this machine. It's just, I just did Active Directory, right? So on my desktop, I have cheat sheets. I love to have at least a bootstrap INI and a custom settings INI file on a USB, on a flash drive, because these files are the ones that contain certain things that I like to use within all my deployments. Now, this is the very basic stuff. I've had ones that are like 2 pages long to try to get it to the point that all you have to do is just pixie boot, pick your task sequence, and just walk away and go get a cup of coffee. But for this episode, we're going to keep it nice and clean. I definitely want to skip the welcome page. I don't want to sign in. I want all that stuff to be automated, and we're going to go over that stuff. Plus, I always have a cheat sheet with the bootstrap. I always recommend, if you guys are dealing with MDT with other client sites or you're building something from scrap, for a client, always keep this stuff. Keep it on your flash drive, because then you don't have to kill yourself and remember it. You have it on a flash drive. All you got to do is just copy and paste and just change like the user domain, the user password, the user ID, and all that good stuff, okay? I already went and downloaded the Windows 10 ISO, which is 1703, build 1703 or 15063. This is an enterprise version. So this is what we are going to be importing within our operating system node. And also, hopefully, if everything goes well, we're going to push it out. I already downloaded the ADK setup files, and I downloaded the 64-bit and 86-bit, or for those individuals that don't like the 86-bit, 32-bit, right? And the serial number. Now, the serial number, you could get it within the Microsoft site. So this is a legit copy with a certain amount of time that you could use it until it expires, but we have a serial key that which we could use it within our MDT stuff, okay? So the first thing that you need to do to get started with MDT is you need to install the ADK stuff. So I'm going to double click on this guy right here. Plus, I'm also going to import Office 216 and configure it as well. Now, when you double click the ADK setup file, you're going to get this nice little window, and it's basically, it wants you to specify the location. I normally keep everything the default location just to keep everything nice and simple. You could probably relocate it, but for me, I feel like best practice is just keep it on the C drive, because MDT is going to be locating this, and it's best that MDT finds it where it's supposed to find it, on the C drive. Right now it's 4.3 gigs. It's a huge download, and it requires a lot of space. I think on this version they kind of remove a couple of things, which I'm going to show you. Click on next, and I'm definitely not going to participate on that, and we're going to click on next. Definitely accept this. If you have time, read it, but I don't care, just go for it. It's my lab, right? So right here, the only thing that I noticed that they remove within Windows ADK 1703, I believe a couple things that I've seen online, is they remove the AppV stuff. So I'm a little disappointed on that, because I'm a huge fan with AppV, and I need to get my butt off the chair and start pushing out some AppV stuff for you guys, because I love AppV, and I've been doing a couple AppV stuff at my client site, and I definitely need to do some videos for you guys. But I'm going to keep everything as the default. I'm definitely not going to check this off or this for now, all this. I'm just going to leave everything as default. Plus, they also remove SQL. You're not allowed to install the SQL Express anymore within the Windows ADK. I don't know if this is going to be like a legit thing that's going to happen forever, but for the current Windows 10 ADK that's on their website, this is what it has. So we're going to click on install. Hopefully it goes pretty fast. This normally takes a while, but I'm hoping it takes fast. Hey, hi guys. How's everyone doing? Thank you for joining, for those individuals that are there. If you're there watching, leave a comment. Let me know where you're from. Where are you guys from? Anyone? Chat with me. Leave a quick comment. Let me know where you guys are from. I would love to know where you guys are from. So right now we are doing the following. I kind of installed Zoom on this, because I could actually do is a Control 4. I think I could do Control 4 on this, right? Control 4. Yeah, look at that. How cool is that? So right now what I've done is behind the scenes I created a virtual machine. No, get out of here. I don't know. What's going on? There we go. No, we don't want to cancel that. So right now what I've done is the following. Behind the scenes, I created a Server 2016 virtual machine within my infrastructure, within my hypervisor. This is the same machine that the last 2 episodes we've been playing around with. This is the server that we created on episode 2. And I decided, because, Microsoft released their latest Windows 10 Creator Update, which is built 1703. Why not do a video using MDT 8443 and deploying it and show you guys how to build everything from the ground up? Awesome, DR. Anyone else? So I built a virtual machine behind the scenes. I installed the role of Active Directory domain services. My domain controller right now is called btnhd.edu. I downloaded the Windows ISO from the Microsoft site. You can get a free trial, 90 days, I believe. And then I download the ADK setup. You could go online and just search for it. Just make sure that, when you're receiving or downloading the files, that you're getting it from the Microsoft site. Don't get it from another third-party site, okay? Excuse me. So right now we are installing the ADK. It's downloading and installing about 4.3 gigabytes of information within our server. It looks like Microsoft has modified the ADK installation. They've removed SQL from it. They removed Hyper-V from it. I think in the past it used to be between 5.3 to maybe 6 gigs that was going to be installed into your server. Now it's a little lower. 4.3 is not that bad. It's still bad because, it's a lot of information. But we're in 25% right now. Once that's done, the next step that we need to do is install our MDT. Yeah, installing MDT is super, super simple. I think it gets complicated when you guys want to go in there and start automating things and customizing things and all that crazy stuff. So right now we're 28% complete. Where are you from? I am from New York. We're going live from New York, New York. Again, for those individuals that are watching, leave a comment right below. Let me know where you guys are from. Show some love. We're going strong, 10 minutes in. We're in 31%. I think this is the longest thing that you could do right now is installing the ADK. This right here is the longest thing because everything else is pretty fast, pretty simple. If you guys already have ADK already installed and it's not version 17.03 and you want to upgrade your MDT to the latest ADK, you need to remove your old ADK from your server, completely remove it, go to control panel, go to programs and features, locate it, and just remove it. And then you can install Windows 10 17.03 ADK files. So that's the procedure if you guys want to upgrade your current infrastructure to the latest one. You got to remove the old because if you start the installation, it's not going to remove it for you. That kind of sucks. You would think Microsoft will make the installation file a little smarter to say, okay, we're going to search your directory, see if you got it in there. If you do, we're going to remove it and then add it. But it doesn't do that. And that sucks. So the best thing that you need to do is go to control panel, remove it, and then add it back into your server. Right now it's going pretty fast. I'm pretty excited because it's 70%. I can't wait for this to finish so we can continue. Here from nice, Panama. How you doing? How's the weather in Panama? So right now it's just a waiting game. And if you guys want to locate the files, it's really simple to locate the files. So you could just go to Google, the best search engine in the world, the one that grabs all your information, and just type in Windows 10 ADK. Right? It should be the first link that should take you to that site. The way I did it, I went to the first link, which is Windows ADK downloads right here. And it's going to take you right here. Boom, done. Say, just make sure that it's from the Microsoft site. Do not go into a third-party website to retrieve these files, okay? Just be safe when you're downloading files. Just make sure if you're downloading something from Microsoft, you get it from a Microsoft site. Or the Microsoft domain, right? It should say Microsoft.com, okay? Not appworld.com. So the one that we retrieved was this guy right here. I already downloaded it, okay? And that's what we're installing right now. And it looks like we're finished. Awesome, we finished. So we're going to click Close. Awesome sauce. I'm going to right-click on the Start menu, and we're going to go into Control Panel and Programs and Features. And there it goes. Here it goes. Awesome sauce. Look at that. 15063. Awesome. 4.41 gigs. Holy crap. So if you guys already have a older version of Windows ADK, which is not 17.03, you need to do is remove it from your control panel, completely remove it, and then install the new version. That's how you do the upgrade. Unfortunately, the installation file does not remove it for you and then installs it, okay? Now, the next thing that we need to do is install MDT. Yep. So we are going to be pushing out MDT 64-bit. So we're going to double click on this guy right here. You're going to get the nice little GUI. And we are pushing out build 8443. Looks like Microsoft is not going to, call it like MDT 2017. They're going to be doing the same naming scheme they've been using for Windows 10 with build numbers. And I think 8443 kind of sounds and kind of rolls smoothly out of your mouth like 8443. It's pretty cool. We're going to click on next on that. Definitely going to accept that. I think a lot of us, a good percentage of us, don't never read this crap. But I do recommend to take some time and do read it to make sure you do understand the license agreement. And we're going to click on next on that. Right now, I don't really have a, let's go into the file File Explorer. And I don't have a partition, so everything is on my C drive. So because everything's on my C drive, I'm going to drop my MDT stuff within my C drive. Best practice is to drop it on a second partition, like a D drive. Okay, keep that stuff separate. And if you have a backup system, make sure that your backup system is pointing to that location. You want your deployment share to be backed up, right? We're going to leave everything as the default. Again, if you want to change the location, just hit browse, but we're going to keep it to the C drive, and we are going to click next. And we are not going to have the customer experience. Just say don't want to, click on next and install. This process is super fast. Look at that. And we are done. Done. 8443 is completed. So we are going to click finish, and we're going to close this for now. And what we're going to do is click on Start, and we are going to open up our deployment workbench. Yeah. So I'm going to right click on this guy. I'm going to go to More, and I want to pin it to the taskbar because I'm going to be using it a lot. And we're going to open it up. Workbench is going to open up for us, and there it goes. And you would think to yourself that we're completed and we're done. It's time to go home, but we're not because we still have to configure our deployment share. So I'm going to check the chat right now and say, oh, got someone from UK. Do you have to have MDT or ICD? Well, it's really up to you. ICD, from my understanding, is great for building packages for certain little things that you want to push out with your custom or golden image. I think on this episode, I'm definitely not going to touch base on ICD a lot. I'm just going to touch base mostly with the MDT and the Windows 10. But I think on my channel, I have done maybe 2 or 3 videos dealing with Windows ICD. Maybe in the future, the server room, I don't know what episode, probably we're just going to open up ICD and just get into it a little bit more. Hey, from UK, fine learning your course. This is not a course. I really don't want you guys to think this is a course. This is just a thing that I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate with technology. I love learning things, and I love showing you guys what I've learned. My thing is, this is what I've done in my infrastructure. Probably you guys have done it or done it better, and I'm always willing to hear from you guys and learn from you guys. If you think, okay, Bernardo, you're doing this wrong, or you're double clicking it wrong, you should do this first, or you should do that first. I'm here. This is all about us staying together and learning from each other, just helping each other out, right? Hi, can you do trolling with scammers on the VM? Is he looking at the chat? Yes, I am looking from the chat. Yeah. Can you do trolling with scanners? Yeah, you could do a lot of things with virtual machines. If you're doing it correctly, you could probably mask your IP address and have like different gateways bouncing off from different servers and stuff. It really depends on how you do the virtual machine. But let's continue. So we have our deployment workbench up and running, and we have no deployment shares. So it's really simple. On the action side, you could just create a new deployment share, or you could just right click on it and just go do new deployment share. Now, again, I'm going to keep it on the C drive because I don't have another partition. I'm going to keep it as the default as deployment share. But again, you guys could change it to whatever you want. And we're going to click on next on that. And I'm going to leave the default share name. The $ is just going to hide it for no one, or for no one to see it on your network. And we're going to click on next. Description, give it a name. You could give it a nice description name. That's really up to you. I normally keep it as this. But depending on the job site, you probably want to keep everything consistent and call it like Yahoo deployment share or Google, whatever. It's really up to you. I'm going to keep it the default. And by default, it's going to ask for a computer backup. Should be performed. We don't want that now. We don't want a product key because the product key, we can actually add it during the XML, or we could do it during the task sequence. Ask if it is local password, administrative password. We don't need to do that because on the task sequence, it's already going to ask for a local administrative password. We don't want to do a capture right now, and I'm going to skip the BitLocker. So we're going to click on next on that. A nice little summary, next. And we are done. Right now it's configuring itself, adding all the tools that it needs to work properly. How awesome is that? Oh, for your new, if you're new here and you're subbing, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Thank you for that. Welcome to the family. For those individuals that are subbing and liking and commenting and giving all the love. So right now we just created a deployment share. The wizard has finished, which is awesome. We're going to click finish, and there goes our beautiful share. It's in the C drive. So if we open up our Flower Explorer. And I hate this right here, so I'm going to show you guys something real quick. So if you go to view, click on options, and you click on this guy to go to this PC, and you apply it, the next time that you click on File Explorer, it just takes you directly there. I can't stand that quick access crap. Damn, Microsoft. Now we go to the C drive, and there goes our deployment share with all the good nuts. Application folder, which we have nothing in it yet. Backup. We have nothing in it yet. Operating system, we're going to add something to it. Now, the next step that you need to do is add an operating system. So I'm going to do the following. Let's see if we could do this. So this is what we need. I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to mount it. Cool. So if I go inside this PC, it's mounted as the E drive. Awesome sauce. Cool. So we're going to go back into our workbench, and we're going to right click. And if you guys have seen a lot of my videos, I love creating folders. Like, sue me, okay? So we are going to create a folder called Windows. Let's see if I'm able to type Windows 10 1703. Make sure. Yep, there you go. 64. Cool. And we're going to click next and finish. Awesome. We're going to expand our operating system, and we're within our folder, we're going to right click our folder and do import operating system. Now, by default, it's going to pick the full set of source files. That's the one that we want. If you already capture an image using WDS in your infrastructure, or you use your MDT to capture an image, which hopefully in the future, the server room, we're probably going to do that later on. Don't know when. But we're going to do a full set of source files. So we're going to click on next. It's going to say, hey, where are those source files? I'm going to browse. And because I mounted that ISO, I'm going to go to this PC. And we're going to do the E drive. OK. And click on next. Awesome. Windows 10 Enterprise eval 64. We're going to click on next. And click on next. Awesome. So right now what's happening is it's taking all that stuff within the ISO and it's dropping it in here. Let's go here, C drive, deployment, operating system. So it's dropping it all in here. Awesome. You're probably saying to yourself, why just not copy and paste it to yourself? Well, you could do that, but then you have to go inside the control folder to make sure that MDT is pointing to that particular operating system. It's just more work. If you do everything within the interface, it's just much easier for you. So I got the comments. Got a bunch of smiles. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? Thank you for joining, showing some love. Appreciate the support for those individuals that are here at the server room. Episode 3, we're going strong. Episode 3. I didn't know I was gonna. I don't know if I was capable of doing 3 shows on the row every Saturday because this is a lot of work, but I'm loving it. Hopefully next week, episode 4, we're gonna go strong. So right now, we are importing our Windows 10 operating system. This is pretty exciting. I'm excited. I haven't touched anything with the custom settings INI file, which the reason why I haven't done anything is because we still got a little bit more to do. And come on. And we are Done. Finish? Are we done? 97? Come on. Come on. Oh, my gosh. It's taking too long. Oh, this is a good question. Do you prefer capture and install or create a provisionary task with the ISO OS? Okay, so what I like to do is, okay, before I even say anything, I'm gonna give you guys my 2 cents. So I'm gonna hit finish here because it's finished with the import. I hate with passion, and don't get me wrong, this is not the wrong way or the right ways. It's just really, it depends on you. It depends on how you guys are doing it in your environment, whatever you feel comfortable. I hate capturing images and then deploying it. I just feel like it's a lot of work, especially if you need to mount the WIM image, do updates to it, unmount it again, import it back into MDT to push it out. The way I like to do it, or the way that I feel comfortable within my environment, is I like the task sequence to push a clean Windows 10 image, slap it on. The drivers within the out-of-box drivers is built, which we're not gonna touch base on the out-of-box drivers because the out-of-box drivers alone is an episode. If you're dealing with a particular model, your task sequence will go inside the out-of-box and locate it and say, okay, if you have like a Dell Latitude D630, that's the first thing that came out of my head. If you have a D630, boom, these are the drivers that are pushed out to the D630. Done, right? You slap the image, push out the drivers, you push out all the applications that you have within the node, all the applications that you picked out, and then boom, you're already on the desktop. It gets to the portion that your Windows updates. It goes to your WSUS, grabs those Windows updates that are being approved and pushes that out down to your image, and you're done. That's the way I like to do it. A lot of people don't like doing it that way, and the reason why a lot of people like to do the capture and then push that capture image out is because, you know, it has all the updates. It's fully loaded with all the applications. Just push it out and you're good to go. I don't know. It's, for me, that WIM image gets really big, and if you're pixie booting over your network, imagine a 10 gig WIM image being pushed out by a pixie. That's pretty big, and if you don't have a strong bandwidth, and that's going to be a huge bottleneck, and the only way you could get through that is if you do it after working hours, and I don't like to stay after working hours to doing deployments. So that's my 2 cents. But for me, I like to do the old push out the ISO, push out the applications, push out the drivers, do the applications during the deployment time, restart the machine, which is already added to the domain and all that stuff, and then you're good to go and you're done. Okay? But that's me. You guys probably have another way to do it, but it really depends on your environment. So we just finished importing our Windows 10 1703 64-bit. Look at how beautiful is that? Look at that, 1515063. That's the build number. Awesome. And we're gonna just click OK on that. I see a lot of you guys. Okay. In the chat, why are you using Windows 7? You need Windows 10. Win 10 for Win. Don't use Windows 7. Use Windows 10. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are probably thinking why I'm using Windows 10 or Windows 7. I'm using Windows 7 because Windows 7 works. Why not use Windows 7? If Windows 7 works, use it. It's not broken. Microsoft is still updating it and providing updates to it. Why not, right? So we imported our operating system. It was successful. No errors. Great. Because I'm pushing everything out within a virtual environment, it's kind of simple and easy. And you guys saying to yourself, this is simple. You're doing everything in a virtual machine. This is true. It's very simple. You don't really need any particular drivers for a virtual environment to work. I would love to have every single laptop that you guys are using within your infrastructure. Lenovo, Dell, HP's. And if you guys comment, say, hey, Bernardo, I'm having issues deploying on a particular laptop, this Latitude or this XPS. And I say, hey, you know what? I got it in my lab. Let me do a show about it. Let me show you guys how to deploy to this particular laptop. Unfortunately, I don't have that that kind of juice yet with the channel. You know, I'm still working my magic to see if I could get stuff like that within the lab. But for the time being, we got to do everything in a virtual machine, okay? So the next thing that you need to do is out-of-box drivers. Again, I'm doing everything as a virtual machine, but later on, we are going to touch base on this. This right here, it's an episode by itself. But if you check out my channel, I've done a lot of videos dealing with out-of-box stuff. Packages, this is if you're doing provisionary stuff from Windows ICD, or you're pushing out Windows updates. We're not going to do that at all. Now, the next step that I'm doing is applications. Let's, do an application. So I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to eject this guy out of here because we don't need that anymore. And I'm going to right click on my applications node. And again, I love creating folders. And we're going to call it Office 2016. Cool. We're going to click on next on that and install. Beautiful. We're going to click finish on that. Now we are going to expand our application node and right click on our Office 2016 folder, and we're going to do a new application. You get three options. By default, you're going to have an application with source files. That's the one that we want, and we are going to click next. Publisher is going to be Microsoft. Move this out the way. Microsoft. Application name is going to be Office 2016. Actually, let's do this. Let's just do Office. The version is 2017, and language is EN-US. Click on next on that. The source, because I have everything on the desktop. We're gonna click OK. Click next. Yep, I'm gonna keep the name. Click next, and then onto your command line. Now, the command line, what I'm going to use is I'm just going to keep it nice and simple, but we are going to modify that. We are just going to use the setup.exe for now, okay? Setup.exe, just for now, because we need to have something on the command line. If not, we can't continue. So click on next, and what's going to happen is if we go inside our deployment share, we go inside applications, bam, the goals. Applications, it's taking everything from the desktop and dropping it inside that folder, which is pretty quick. So let me go into the chat, see what's up. Hey, how you doing? Can you mod me? Because you can mod people. You want to be a moderator? Why you want to be a moderator? Someone wants to be a moderator. Is this the new version of Windows of 10? Yes. This is the latest one, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let's click finish on that. Let's go back inside the Windows node right here. It is build 15063, which is version 1703, I believe. I believe is version 1703. Yeah, we're pushing out the latest one. And so far, we have imported our application, which is right here. I'm going to double click on it because this is where we're going to do all the magic at, guys. This is where we're going to do the magic. I'm not going to provide, well, you could do Pro Plus. And from here, you could do the ENU. You could do the product key. I'm not going to enter a product key. Let's do a customer name. Typically, I don't do this. I like to do is the Office configuration tool. So I'm going to cancel that. Double click on that. Go here. I'm going to open this up because this is what I like to use often. So right now, when you click on the Office customization tool, it's going to say when you're done configuring the MSP file, save it to the deployment share applications Microsoft 2016 updates folder. Okay, so the Office setup can find it. So we're going to click OK on that. And it's going to launch the Office configuration tool. Cool. We are going to create a new setup customization for the file for the following product. And we're going to click OK. Awesome. So I like to use this more rather than the built-in Pro Plus that MDT provides you, because this right here gives you more stuff to do, right? So we're going to go to setup. You could do the organization. Let's do BTN HD. Additional networks, we're not going to do that. Licensing, I'm going to leave it as this. But if you have a party key, enter your 25 key. If not, if you have a KMS server within your infrastructure, it's going to automatically go inside your network and see if you have a KMS server and then license it. If not, it's going to go into the Microsoft server outside your network. And if it doesn't, it's going to give you, I believe, 3 days or a week or something until it kind of like locks on you. We're going to do I accept the terms. We are going to do the basics. Nope. Nope. Okay, cool. So we're just basically going to do the basics. Remove previous. This is also a great thing. We're going to leave that as default. Add additional programs. Office security. You're here to modify office security. I'm going to leave everything as a default for now. Modify user settings. I'm going to leave that alone. Wait a minute. Let me see what they got here. Yep, I'm going to leave that alone. All right, so I'm going to go in here for installation states because there's a couple of things that I would like to remove. I definitely do not want I don't want OneDrive because Windows 10 already gives you OneDrive. The hell I want OneDrive for business. I don't want OneLook, so I'm going to remove that. I don't want Publisher. And we don't want Skype. Get Skype out of here. All right, so I'm definitely going to not have that. I want to keep all the basic. Yep. All right, so that's good. I'm not adding any files. I'm not removing anything. I'm not adding any special registries to it. Configure shortcuts. Okay. I got a bunch of no's installed. No. That's awesome. Good. I'm not doing any Outlook profiles. All right, cool. So we are going to do file, save as, and it wants you to drop it inside that updates folder. So let's go to this PC. We're going to go to the C drive and deployment share, applications, Microsoft Office. And we're going to all the way to the bottom that says updates. Beautiful. So let's give it a name. Let's go, what do you want to call it? BTNHD settings. So we're going to do that. Awesome sauce. And we are going to click save. And it's writing the MSP file. So once the MSP file is created and done, we're almost good to go. So we're going to click close on that. Yes. We're going to cancel that for now. Let's go to here. Let's go to the C drive, deployment share, applications, Office, updates, and there goes our beautiful, beautiful file. Okie dokie. So what we need to do is the following. So I am going to go back inside the applications, Office 2016, double click on it, and we're going to go to details. And this guy, we need to modify it. So again, I have a cheat sheet. Always love the cheat sheets. So I got Office right here, and this is it. So we need to change that name, the updates, to this. There we go. And we need to give it the MSP name, which I believe was what BTNHD settings. Was it settings or setting? I don't remember. I'm getting old. Let's go to deployment share, applications, Office, updates. Yes. BTNHD settings. Great. And apply. Awesome. So we're still using the setup.exe file. We're telling it with a parameter of admin file to go inside updates and use the BTNHD settings.msp file. Okay. So all the stuff that we did, like give it the company name, the basic with the installation, and also we removed a bunch of other applications that we don't want to install. Boom, you're good to go. So we are going to click OK on that. And next thing that we need to do is go to task sequence. So I'm gonna right click on task sequence. And again, I love creating folders. Okay, we're gonna do Windows 10, 17, 03, 64. Click on next on that, next, and finish. Great. So we're going to expand our task sequence and right click on our new folder. Again, you don't really need to create folders. I'm paranoid like that. I like to keep myself nice and organized. So this is the reason why I create folders. We're going to do a new task sequence. I'm going to give it a 0001, but you can give the task sequence anything that you want. We're going to call it Windows 10 x64 1703 version 1.0. Okay, and click on next. Now we're going to select that template. Now the template is a client task sequence. Very self-explanatory. It's going to push out the operating system. It's going to push out the applications or whichever applications we choose during the deployment time, and it's going to do its thing, right? We're going to click on next. We're going to pick our operating system. We only got one. Click on next on that. Do not specify a product key at this time. Well, you could provide a product key. It's really up to you if you want to do that. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as is because this is just testing. We're going to click next. OS settings. Let's give it a full name of, what is it, BJ? News, HD, BTN HD. We're going to give it the site. And awesome. Cool. Click on next. Now we provide an admin password. Make sure that you type it correctly and make sure that you guys remember it. It kind of sucks if you forget the password and then when you try to log into the local account, you can't get into it. Click next here and click next and your task sequence should be done. Awesome. There it goes. So let's double click on it. Let's take a look at it and let me stop here and let's look at the chat because I see a lot of you guys going crazy. Activate Windows 10, activate Windows 10, activate Windows 10. Oh, yes. Look at the chat. Greens from Germany. Hey. Yes, all this stuff is being recorded. Once it's done, it's going to be processed and it's going to be uploaded to the channel so you guys could check it out. So don't worry about that. For those that have joined in, thank you. Thank you so much. Is it Windows 10? Activate Windows 10. Someone really wants me to activate Windows 10. So he's like, really want me to activate Windows 10? This is true. But like for me, for some reason, it never works out for me. And I have to literally go in here and do this. I have like the worst luck. For real, I have the worst luck. So I've done it just to keep it with the setup.exe. And eventually, sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. For me, again, if you guys have not done this, and I mean, if you've done this part here, that you enter it inside the updates folder, the only reason why I'm doing it here, because my experience, it doesn't work for me. I always have to do this for it to work. I don't know. So that is good advice. I do agree with you. You don't really need to enter that stuff because it's automatically going to grab it during the installation. All right, so our task sequence is already done, which we are going to go inside of it. This is the task sequence. That's it. We're going to keep everything nice and clean for this show. Okay. So we're going to keep everything nice and clean, very self-explanatory. Awesome. And that's it. Not yet. Not yet at all. Well, you could go inside the OS info and you could edit the unintended .xml file. This process takes a while. For the very first time you click on it, it takes a while for it to create an XML file. I'm not going to do it for this particular show, maybe later on. But for now, we're just going to click apply, click OK. And we're going to right click on our main deployment share and go to properties. And I want to do only 64-bit. Wait a minute. Yeah, 86, 64. I want the platforms to be supported. Awesome. For Windows PE, I don't want to generate an 86. I definitely want to generate a 64-bit one. And for drivers, everything, features, I definitely want the following features. Windows PowerShell is a must. Secure boot commandlets is a plus. Later on, I'm going to show you guys a little bit on this thing, but not now. And DISM commandlets, this is also a plus, definitely a plus to have. So, and .NET framework, definitely to have that. Great. So everything as is, I'm going to leave everything good. Now, we're going to go to rules. So within the rules, this is what you're going to get. Very plain. What's going to happen is you're going to get all those dialog boxes pop up constantly. And you probably need to log into your deployment share. We're going to eliminate that because I have a cheat sheet. I love my cheat sheets. So we're going to go to desktops and custom settings I now. And we're going to do a Control A and Control C. And I am going to just minimize that. Just copy all that. Control. There you go. Bam. So the only thing that I need to do is we need to enter our domain. So that would be btnhd.edu. And my password. So because this is my lab, you guys can see my password. This is the most secure password in the world. Yes, I know. I think this is one of the things that I don't really like using MDT because of the password is so plain text. It'd be nice if Microsoft kind of encrypts this in some way. We could place it somewhere else other than a plain text view. But this is how they like to do it. And for the computer name, we're doing the serial number. And we are going to call this TSR, the server room. BTNHD YouTube. Great. All right. Awesome. We're going to apply that. And let's edit our bootstrap. There you go. So within here, I like to do the following. So from here, I got another cheat sheet. Got a bunch of cheat sheets. Again, like I said earlier, it's great to have these cheat sheets because you don't have to remember. You got to do is copy and paste stuff. Awesome sauce. Minimize that. And I'm going to copy this guy because I want that stuff to be the same. Great. And all I'm going to do here is give it the domain. We're going to provide the password. Again, we're going to give that secure password, the strongest password in the world. Awesome. And, damn it, I think I screwed up because I forgot right here. I'm going to close that. Don't save. Let's do that again. Let's go back here. We're going to go to desktop right here because this is what I really need. This part right here. Come on. Let's Control C. And we're going to close that. Get out of here. Excellent. And we're going to hit enter. Excellent. Control C. Nice. Bingo. Awesome. So, awesome sauce. So now we do file and save. Great. We're going to close that up. We're going to click OK. And we're going to right click. And final thing is update our deployment share. So right now when you update the deployment share, this is where it starts creating that 64-bit ISO file. So if I go to the C drive, deployment share, boots, I have nothing in the boot yet because we haven't really generated it yet. So from here, we're going to click on next, click next. It's going to do its thing. It's going to do its magic. Hopefully everything works. Cross the fingers. 86. And most likely we're going to see a 64-bit pretty soon. All right, so let's get into the chat. All right. Yeah, I do appreciate the FYI. Awesome. You are correct. It is the correct way to do it. But for me, I've done it in the past. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work for me. Yes, this is true. This is true. When you guys, this part right here is very important. Are you referring to this portion right here? This part right here? Yeah, because if you don't add that within your custom settings INI file or within the bootstrap.ini file, what's going to happen? You're going to get that dialog box that's going to want you to use your username, your password, and the domain. That portion right there establishes the connection between the deployment to the deployment share. So if you don't have full admin rights to the deployment share, it's not going to work. I like to skip it by adding the information within the custom settings INI as well as the bootstrap.ini file. Thank you. Well, Gamer Z Unlimited UK right now. I don't really deal with a lot of the chatting thing yet, so I don't really know how to make people moderators. So I do apologize for that. Maybe in the future I'll probably take some time and learn a little bit more information on the live chat features. But for now, we just got to deal with this technology right here. All right, so I think we're done. Not done yet. This process right here takes the longest. I hate this process. God darn it. Yep. Darn. All right, let's go to the C drive. Deployment share. We're going to, where is it? Boots. There goes the boot right there. Still 86. Oh, still doing things. Should be fast for us because I'm not really doing any drivers or anything too extreme. All right, for those individuals that have joined, thank you so much. We're going strong. Got a couple of you guys yelling at me that wants to be moderators. I do apologize for that. But I'm like a one-man show right now, so my main focus is try to get this up and running for you guys so I can show you. Eventually, I could probably have like a sidekick and help me out with the live chat, but I'm like checking this stuff out, making sure it doesn't crash on me, and also checking out the chatting stuff. Yes, I have. I did change it. I did change. Did I? Wait a minute. Did I? Oh, don't tell me that. Oh, let's go check. Let's go to the C drive. Let's go to deployment share. And let's go into, what is it, controls? Is it controls? There you go. Boop. Oh, you are right. Nice one. You're correct. Thank you so much, Steven. You're the man. You're awesome. All right, so we're going to wait until this finishes. And then once that finishes, we got to go back inside the properties and go to rules and go to Bootstrap because I forgot to add the domain and the damn password. Darn it. Good one. Good catch. Gamer Z Unlimited UK. Why you want to be a moderator so bad, man? Why you want to be a moderator so bad? Yes, yeah, that's true. That's a good point too. I love that point. Great point. Thank you for sharing that. It's best if you don't like that the custom settings INI or the bootstrap INI file keeps everything in plain text, especially like your domain and admin and password. If you don't like to use it, you don't have to use those attributes. You could just let the MDT prompt you to enter the password and the username and the domain and let it do it that way. That's like an extra security. But if you like to keep everything nice and automated to the point, all you got to do is just pixie boot, pick your task sequence, and just walk away and then come back, everything is done. You could do it this way. Add those features within the custom settings. But if you are very paranoid and you don't like to leave that stuff out in plain sight, remove it. Have that dialog box pop up, and then you are capable of just entering it. It is a extra security, which is awesome. I do agree with you. That would be the great way to do it, just to keep that extra security layer. But if you want to automate everything, you got to add those. You got to add those parameters within your custom settings .ini file. So let's go inside this PC, C drive, deployment share. Boots. There it goes. There it goes. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Good. I believe we are doing the 64 one. All right. We at the 64-bit one. Awesome. Awesome song. We are going strong. 55 minutes in. Awesome. That's why you want to be a damn moderator. For your name to be blue? Serious? Come on. Come on. Just for your name to be in blue. Come on. Come on, guys. You guys are crazy. All right, so let me just check out the health of the stream. We're going pretty strong, 55 minutes in. So, and another MDT server. Nice. Great. So how's everything going? And the master replication changes. Yes, that is an awesome way to use MDT using DFS. You could have one central network location with your MDT. Then you have your MDT workbench point to that central deployment share. And then any change that you do on that main folder will just replicate to the other workbenches. It's super awesome if you do it that way. This works great if you're the main site of your company and you have like little sub offices and you want to use MDT in the subfolders, your other offices. You could do everything on your main office, right? And just, that's a great way to use MDT and using DFS. That's the way to do it. If you are dealing with multiple offices and you are the main site, or if you're not the main site and you want to take advantage of MDT to use it on other sites, that's the way to use it. Use MDT with DFSS. Awesome way to do it. My favorite color is blue too. All right, so right now it is, I think, adding those extra features that we selected. This is another process that I hate. It just takes so long. But yeah, this is a one-time thing. Once it updates and you do any slight modifications within your deployment share and you update it, it's pretty quick and seamless because everything is already done. Right now it is creating the x64-bit folder information. And I think we're doing pretty good with the topics. So far we installed Windows 10 1703 ADK. We installed MDT 8343. We configured it by creating our deployment share. We imported Windows 10 1703 OS within our operating system node. We imported Office 2016. We did a little bit of configuration using the Office customization tool. Awesome. And we created a Windows 10 1703 task sequence. That task sequence is just a basic task sequence. Just push out the operating system. It's going to wipe the hard drive, reformat it, partition it, install the operating system, push out the applications, and it's really simple. And we are in the process of updating our deployment share. Once that updates, I have to fix something because I made a boo-boo. I forgot to go inside the bootstrap .ini section and put the domain name and the password. That's very important. We need to do that. Yes. Nice. It makes sense. Makes sense. The branch sites, you make them read only. They don't mean to make any modifications. The main site will have full control to do all the writing, and that's it. So you don't have any itching hands from other sites or other IT people with itching hands that want to go inside the deployment share to do any modifications. So just make it as read only, right? You can look, but you can't touch. Good way to do it. All right. Come on. This thing right here takes the longest. Right now, it is installing the secure boot commandlet. Once that's completed, we have to continue. So right now, I'm looking at looking at all the comments. I appreciate all you guys tuning in, watching, stopping by. Make sure you just hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you are if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to get the latest and greatest tips, tricks, and geeky stuff from this guy. Not too long ago, finished my hands-on review on the Lenovo Legion Y520. So hopefully I'm gonna start working on editing that video and pushing it out on Monday for you guys, so you guys could check out the review. I did an unboxing in a live stream, and I think it went really well. Great machine. And again, every Saturday, the server room, TSR. Eventually, I'm going to abbreviate it to TSR because just saying the server room just kills me. Next week, hopefully, if everything goes well, this TSR episode 4 will happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to pop up. You guys have to just tune in. And we're back. We're close. Right now is unmounting the whim. Jesus Christ, this takes too long. I can't really see your picture because it's so small. And where I'm right now, all right, see you later. Right now it's done. Come on. I don't have a theme song. So any talent individuals out there that want to create a theme song for the server room, I say go for it. Invitation is open for those talented individuals that know music. Just make sure it's not, I don't want to get copyrighted, right? And make a theme song. I don't know what kind of theme song you guys want to do, like la 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 la, the server room. I don't know. Just going nuts. Just waiting. This is when it gets all crazy because we're in a waiting period right now. All right. I'll make sure my thing didn't go to sleep. All right, cool. Awesome. All right, I'm looking at the chat right now. I'm going back and forth. Oh, we're almost done. It's compressing the whim. All right, come on, baby. Come on. I do recommend if you guys are building an MDT server, make sure that you have a lot of space. That's one of the reasons why I recommend placing your MDT, your deployment share, into a partition, because it gets really big when you're doing out-of-box drivers, have applications. You start importing like different operating systems, like Windows Server, if you like to use MDT to push out your server operating systems. And the deployment share gets really, really big. So it was one point that I didn't really plan in the future, and my hard drive was only like 150 gigs, and MDT just killed it, and it was running extremely slow, so I had to do a huge migration of it. But yeah, make sure that your hard drive is a big space. Right now it's creating the ISO. Come on, baby. Oh, nice. We're done. We're finished. Gorgeous. Now, I messed up because I'm going to right click here, go to properties, and I'm going to go to rules and edit. I messed up right here, guys. Only one person caught it. Someone's paying attention. Awesome. So we need to change that. And we need to change that. Someone was paying attention. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to put the most secure password in the world. And we're going to go file, save, and exit out of that. Make sure it's right there. Okay. We're going to do a right click, and we're going to update the deployment share real quick. This process should be real fast because we already done the hard part. And so it should be simple. But if you go inside your File Explorer, go to C drive, deployment share, and control. Double click on that bootstrap, and there it goes. Awesome. It made the modifications real quick. Oh, shoot. Now it's doing the mounting the WIM file. Damn it. Okay, so yeah, you could add the VM tool drivers. I normally don't do that, especially for my lab. I just don't do that at all. I normally do that from my Hyper-V. If I'm doing it within my Hyper-V infrastructure, I like to install the Hyper-V tools within the packages. But because this is a testing lab, I just like to do like clean cut just to test stuff out. But it'd be best practice if you are going to Pixie Boot and push out your image to do, add the VMware tools. But for now, I'm not going to do that. All right, so right now it's doing the last 64. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's driving me nuts. It takes the longest. All right, so Gamer Z Unlimited UK. So what I'm doing right now, I made some modification within the bootstrap file. I forgot to add the domain name as well as the admin password. Someone pointed it out on the chat room. Awesome sauce. Thank you for that. And I'm just doing a quick update again. It shouldn't take that long because we already did the full complete update on our deployment share. Right now it's doing the final build or the boot image, which is 64. Once that's completed, it's time for us to push out our Windows 10 machine. So right now it's unmounting the WIM. And I haven't installed WDS, which is Windows Deployment Services. So that's the next thing that we're going to do. So I'm going to close our deployment share. Once our deployment share is closed, we're going to go inside our server manager and install Windows Deployment Share. And we're going to get that up and running. Now, my Windows server, I did not configure DHCP on it. So I don't really need to make any modifications within WDS or my DHCP because I'm using pfSense as my router / firewall / DHCP. So this is what's providing the IP addresses right now. So I'm hoping everything works out. I'm hoping I configured it correctly. I am writing up an article on how to configure this. I did a quick video for you guys on the channel. Right now it's finishing up. Come on. All right, so our deployment share is completed. So we're going to click on finish. Great. So far what we've done is we installed Windows 10 ADK, the latest build. We installed deployment MDT 8443. We created a deployment share. We went inside operating systems and we imported Windows 10, the latest one. We imported Office 2016. We created a task sequence that will push out our Windows 10. And we're almost good to go. So we're going to close this guy up. Awesome. We're going to just toss this guy out of here. Let's toss this out. Awesome. Get out of here. And we are going to click on Start. And from Start, we are going to do a Server Manager because I'm going to install WDS. I like pushing everything out with Pixie booting. I'm a huge Pixie boot person. A lot of people like to create bootable flash drives with the image or bootable external hard drives and do it that way. I like to push everything on the network. So we're going to click on Manage, Add Roles and Features, click on Next, Next, and yep, click on Next. And we're going to go all the way to the bottom and we're going to check Windows Deployment Services. We're going to add all the features. Click on Next. There's no features that I want from here, so we're going to click on Next. Read this information. Click Next. We are going to leave the default role services, which is the deployment server as well as the transport server. Click on Next and confirmation. We're going to click Install. Good. Good sauce. Good. All right. Yes, another good point. Let me just chat. Good point. Yes, it's not best practice to use a domain admin account during your MDT. The only time I use that is for my lab environment to keep everything nice and simple. But best practice is to create a user account that's specialized only for your MDT. Okay, and that user account should have full access to that deployment share. So when it's time to deploy, it's using, let's say, MDT user and the password that you provided within the Active Directory. It's able to access that deployment share to start it. But using a domain admin is not really best practice. But because we're doing it inside a lab and everything is inside and it's just us guys, we just want to get stuff up and running real quick. And it's just a testing environment. But for production, definitely create a MDT user with the proper permissions within the deployment share to have access to, okay? We're going to click Close because it's done. We're going to close this guy up. Awesome. We're going to Start. And we are going to locate our WDS. I think it's inside. Where are you? Windows Administrative. Where are you? There it goes. I'm going to right click on this Windows Deployment Services. Go to More. I'm going to pin it to the taskbar. And we're going to click on it. Awesome sauce. Good. So we're going to open this guy up a little bit. And we are going to expand servers. And when you first install Windows Deployment Services, you're going to get this nice little exclamation point because it's not configured yet. So what you want to do is right-click on it and configure the server. Make sure you don't click Remove Server. Read the basic instructions. If you have a DHCP which is active, you got to make sure that you configure it correctly for your Pixie boot environment. Because I don't have DHCP running within my lab, I don't have to worry about it. But if you guys do have a DHCP and want to learn how to configure your WDS correctly, I do have a video on my channel. Just search for it. Click Next on that. And you have two options. You have integrated with Active Directory or standalone server. Which one should we do? Which one you guys want to do? Let me know. Anyone? All right, so we're just going to leave the default as integrated with Active Directory. I'm going to click on Next. Now, the default path is the C drive. Again, I kind of recommend dropping it into a partition, maybe your D drive, E drive, whatever you have. For this, we're gonna leave it inside the C drive. Okay, click install. Again, it's gonna give you a nice little warning because we are dropping it inside the Windows, Windows drive. Yeah, continue. We're gonna leave this as default. Click on next. Now this is really up to you. By default, you have do not respond to any client computers. If you do this, Pixie Boot is not definitely gonna work. Respond only to known client computers. This right here, that means you have to approve. You have to approve each computer for it to, to receive the Pixie. And this right here just accepts all of them, whatever. If you want a little bit of security on response all computers, you could do a required administrative approval for unknown computers. For now, we're just going to leave just this. Click on next. And right now it's copying the files needed for WDS. Awesome. Yeah, AD. Awesome. The server did not respond to start and control requests in a timely fashion. Oh, what's going on? Let's click finish on that. What the hell was this? All right, no worries, guys. We're going to right click on that. We're going to go all tasks and we're going to start it. Let's cross the fingers. Let's cross the fingers. Cross the fingers. Awesome. Successfully started. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that green button. All right, let me take a little break. No AD. We got 3 ADs. The AD won, and we already got AD up and running. All right, so what's the next thing to do? We need to add some images. So we are going to right-click on our boot images and add a boot image. So you're probably saying to yourself, what boot image are we going to use? We're going to use the one that MDT created for us. So we're going to browse on that, and we are going to go inside this PC. We're going to go inside the C drive, deployment share, because this is where our deployment share is located. We're going to go to the boot. Now you have the 64-bit and you have the 86. A lot of you guys are going to like, why are you saying 86? It's 32. It is 32, but this is how they call it. This is how they name it. What we want to do is the 64-bit, and we're going to do open and next. You can give it whatever name you want. I'm going to leave it as the default. Keep it nice and simple. Click on next and next. And it's going to add our image. And once it adds our image, ooh, how exciting. What I like to do is restart my WDS. A lot of you probably say to yourself, oh, you don't need to do that at all. I like to do it just to make sure everything is running with no problem. And we are going to click finish. I'm going to right click on our WDS server, all tasks, and restart. Awesome, awesome. Had to take a little water break. And we are going to do okay on that. Great. So, I think we are ready to deploy. I think it's time for us to deploy, right? So, I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to go to Windows right here. Go to New Virtual Machine. And we are going to go to next. What you guys want to call this? Let's call it YouTube. Want to call it YouTube vid? Let's go to YouTube. All right. The server room, right? Okay. Click on next on that. And I'm going to drop this guy in B. Click next. It is going to be a Windows 10. I am going to use my NAT network because that's the one that has internet access. Definitely need that. Click on next. I'm going to give it 100 gigs, and I'm going to do a thin provision. Click next. And click finish. Now, I haven't tested out my hypervisor with Pixie booting, so I'm hoping everything goes well. I know everything is going to go epic failure for me right now. All right, so we're going to do a start. I'm clicking like a madman. I'm literally clicking like a madman. And see if it works. I don't know if it's going to work for me. I don't know if it's going to work for me. Probably it's not going to work for me. And if it doesn't work out, it's okay, because then we got other ways to do it. Well, we need to test this out. Let's see something. Let's see something. Go to edit settings. Yeah, it's on my NAT. It's on my NAT. Should be my NAT right here. It's my NAT. Should be on my NAT. So, let's see. I know this guy is on the NAT too. Yeah, you're in NAT. Yep. All right, so I definitely need to see what's going on. All right. Open that up. No, I am not. I am not doing a website. Okay. So my my network adapter is pointing to my NAT network, which is great. But for some reason, it's not Pixie booting. Okay? Why is not Pixie booting? Oh, wait a minute. It cannot be that. Can it be that, guys? All right, let's see something. Can it be my Windows firewall? I think it's my Windows firewall. All right, so let's see something. Go to Control Panel. Windows firewall. Again, this is a lab. This is my lab environment. I probably have a lot of you guys. What are you doing? Pulling your hair out. What are you doing, Bernardo? What are you doing? That's a no-no. Yes, it is. It is a big no-no. But I think my firewall is what's causing my thing not to Pixie. So let's reset you. And let's see if it works. I'm hoping it works. I'm hoping it's that. If it's not, we're in trouble. Because I know the NAT, I probably didn't configure my NAT correctly. I definitely need to check that out. But what we can do is create an ISO, which I definitely don't like doing, but we could still do an ISO and do it that way. Darn it. It's my NAT server. Something's going on with my NAT server. Damn it. Interesting. All right, so this is what we're going to do, guys. No worries. So we are going to, let's shut this down because it looks like I need to configure my pfSense because my pfSense is not working correctly. Yes, it's my firewall, but I disabled my damn firewall. So what's going on? I disabled my firewall. Normally the firewall is the problem. And let's go to Control Panel. I know I definitely disabled the firewall. I disabled it. All right, you're out of there. And all right, so let's figure something out. So we're gonna go to Advanced Configuration. Within Advanced Configuration, let's go to Media. All right, this is another way to do it. So we're gonna right-click. We're gonna do New Media. We're gonna make this work. We are going to make this work. And we are going inside a desktop. We're going to make a directory. And we're going to call it BTNHD. All right, we're going to make this work. Okay. Boom. We want to drop it in there. We're going to click on Next. Awesome sauce. So right now it's grabbing all that content that we have within our deployment share and it's dropping inside that folder that we created within our desktop. We're going to make this work together. Okay. I definitely need to do a little bit of tweaking because for some reason I'm having issues. For some reason it's not working because I definitely disabled the firewall. Normally it's the firewall that's the problem. But for us, it's not the firewall. I got the net network. It should work. It should work. Or is it? Come on. Did it start? Huh. There it goes. It's normally the firewall. I can't believe it's not pixie booting for me. Serious? Normally if I don't add the DHCP, it works with no problem. For some reason, it's not working for me. Oh man. And I normally don't add that DHCP thing. And that sucks. Let's see. Properties. Pixie. Alright. Boot. DHCP. Wait, do not listen. Configure DHCP option to indicate that this is also a Pixie server. See, because I have do not listen on the DHCP port. So it automatically should not listen to it. I should have. Damn it. All right, so what we're going to do, because I don't want to keep you guys long, what are we going to do? So it was my bad. I didn't configure my DHCP server. So what we are going to do is we did create a media, and we're going to try to make it work. We're going to right click on here. We're going to go to properties, and within properties, we're going to keep as everything. We only want to generate the 64-bit. We are going to do the ISO. Now, the rules are a little different on this one because that's the way life sucks. So what we are going to do is the following. We're going to go here. We're going to go to properties. We're going to make stuff work because you know what? That's what IT people do. We make stuff work, guys. We're going to make stuff work. We're going to copy this guy. I'm going to go to media, right click, go to properties, and the rules are going to be this guy. There you go. We're going to apply that. Okay. And we are going to go back into properties within our deployment share, go to rules, and we are going to the bootstrap, and we're going to copy all that good stuff, and we're going to put it inside media. Okay. Go inside media, right click, go back to properties, and it was my bad because I eventually don't install and configure DHCP at all, and it works with no problem. I think because I'm using the pfSense, it's just acting up, but whatever. So we're going to edit that, and we are going to do that. Awesome sauce. Hopefully that works. My question is, do I really need to do that? I don't think I need to do that. I don't think I need to do the bootstrap, but I'm going to leave the bootstrap alone. Press OK on that, and we're going to right click on that, and we're going to update the media content. So right now it's updating the media content, and the media content is going to have that ISO file that we are going to hopefully mount and use. Hopefully. You're probably right. I probably configured it wrong. It's my first time using pfSense. So I probably configured it wrong. So I definitely need to get back into the pfSense and look into it a little bit more. But you're right. It's a good possibility that pfSense is blocking the broadcast for the Pixie boot. Once I look into it, I'm definitely going to fix it, and I'm gonna do a video and show you guys what I did to get it fixed because I'm a little upset about that. I'm kind of pissed off about that. So whatever. But we're going to try to do the ISO boot to see if that works out for us. All right, so right now It looks like my pfSense is the one that's causing the firewall issue, but it's okay. I should have configured that a little better, but we're doing pretty good. I think MDT is up and running right now. It's creating our ISO, which we can mount it to a virtual machine. Other question is how to get that ISO into our machine. So that'd be interesting what we could do. Ooh, it's getting hot. Ooh, I wonder how big this is going to be. Let's see. Because I could probably see how big this folder is going to be. It's that ISO that I need. Let's check it out. Let's see how big this folder is going to be. Oh, it's not that bad. That is not that bad. It's not that bad at all. All right, we're still going to make it work. We're going to make it happen. I probably need to do is configure my pfSense a little bit more. It's my first time using pfSense. I learned about it maybe a couple of days ago, actually a week ago. And because I really wanted to use like a NAT configuration within my ESXi server. And I saw this, it was free. I said, go for it. And it worked out with no problem, but I guess I need to configure it a little bit more. Let's say, Bernardo, are you going to provide your cheat files on your site? It would be nice for me as a newbie MDT to have them. Yes, I am going to drop these files right here. I will provide this file right here, and also this file right here. I will provide those two files at the bottom of the description of the video. Just click on the link and you could just download it. And the only thing you have to do is just change your user ID, domain, the password, and you could customize the name. And the same thing goes with the other file right here. Just customize, change the user ID, user domain, and user password. I'm definitely going to configure the pfSense, and maybe on the next video, we're going to go over that and do an actual Pixie boot, because I definitely like to do Pixie boot. No, I am not making a website, GamerZ Unlimited UK. All right. We are going to create a new folder. ISO. How did that folder go? A lot of junk in here. It's my temp folder. What the hell did I call it? Where is it? Sweet. All right, cool. So we're going to drop it in here. I know I gave it a damn name and it's not there anymore. Is it here? All right, we're gonna delete this. Just doing a little cleanup right now. Awesome, good. Just doing a little cleanup. Awesome, thank you for stopping by, Steven. I appreciate the love. Take care, be safe. I do have a dedicated WAM interface within my PF Sense. I do have that. So I did that correctly. Because again, PF Sense is hooked up to my NAT, and I am able to talk outside with no problem. I did configure that correctly, but for some reason, again, like I probably didn't configure PF Sense correctly with a rule to broadcast. Because it's my first time using it, but it is configured correctly. I have 2 NICs. One NIC is my WAM, which is getting an IP address, which I assign an IP address, which is able to talk to outside. And then I have a second NIC, which is my LAN. And the LAN is what's providing the IP address to my virtual machines, and I'm also able to talk outside to them. If for some reason I didn't really think about it, I forgot to actually go inside PFSense and configure a rule. So I probably did something wrong. I need to get back into there. I need to get back into this virtual machine right here and configure the firewall correctly so my Pixie boot could talk correctly. Plus, I need to get into this machine, my MDT machine, and also install DHCP and configure that correctly. So there's a couple of things that I need to do. But for now, we are building a media because I would love to get this running and push it out before we head out. Alrighty then, let's see something. Let's get into that. And it has not finished yet. It's not finished yet. It's not finished yet. Come on, baby. All right, okay. Now it's creating the ISO. This is a good thing. This is what we need. Yes, this is true. I do have the way it's set up right now, the TD340. I have one Ethernet port, which is my my management port. I have a second Ethernet port, which is my WAM, and then I have a second one, which is like my LAN. It's a little that's the way I have it configured. So I have 3 Ethernet cables, one for just management, one for my WAM, which gives me like outside, and then my LAN. All right. Let's close this up. We're going to shut down this guy. Awesome. And this guy should finish. Like, it's taking too long. Desktop. All right. Let's see. All right, it's creating this guide. It's getting there. It's a pretty big ISO. So once that completes, I'm going to drop it into a temp folder. so I could take the ISO and then drop it inside my data store, and then from my data store I'm able to mount it to our YouTube dash TSR, and we could boot into it and we could test it out, see how well it works out before I let you guys go. But again, my ESXi is configured correctly with the Ethernets. It's just again, I don't want to like have excuses, but using PF Sense for the first time, I try to use it as best as possible. I should have took some more time. Shame on me, I know. So we're gonna click finish on that, and we're gonna minimize that, and our ISO is right here. Awesome sauce. We're gonna copy this guy into this location right here. I don't know how fast is that going to copy. 8 minutes? Ah, crap. Serious? Jiminy Cricket. Oh. All right, so it's going to be 8 minutes to use this ISO. So that's nuts. So what I'm going to do right here, guys, I'm going to let you guys go because I'm going to let this copy over. I think on the next episode, we are going to continue. I'm definitely going to get the PF Sense to work correctly. I'm going to configure it for you guys, and I'm going to show you guys what I did within the PF Sense to make it work correctly. We're going to try to do the Pixie booting on the next episode. And we're also going to use the ISO that I'm copying over. That ISO, I'm going to bring it over to the data store. Okay? Well, for my lab, again, I'm a one-man show. I don't have vCenter. I'm not licensed to use vCenter. Don't get me wrong. I could use the vCenter with a trial base and use it that way, but because vCenter is very expensive, I have to use the tools that I have to do these videos for you guys. I'm not really well funded to push out very awesome videos, to use like the best quality tools out there. I would love to have vCenter and use it in the lab and definitely do that stuff for you guys, do a little bit of FT, and do all that other good stuff. But for now, I have to just utilize and take advantage of what I have now. But I do apologize that we couldn't do a Pixie boot. We got the majority of the stuff done within our MDT. I'm super satisfied with that. But I'm gonna end the show right here, guys, because it's getting late. Definitely on the next episode, what we're going to do is we're gonna definitely get that PF Sense up and running. We're going to Pixie boot from my MDT. And the ISO that I'm copying over right now, we're going to test that ISO and see if the ISO works out with no problem. Again, guys, thank you so much. Oh my God, you're lagging like I'm probably lagging is because thank you, Anthony. I'm going to end it right here because I think we're already an hour, almost 2 hour live stream. Holy crap. So I'm going to end it right here. I do apologize for not Pixie booting and getting the ISO up and running because it's just taking so long to copy that over. But stay tuned next week, every Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the server room. We're definitely going to continue this, and we're going to do a little bit more. If you have any comments or concerns, or you want to see anything with the next episode other than the Pixie booting, which I'm going to get up and running, and also test out the ISO that we're copying over, I'm definitely get that stuff at the beginning of next week's episode. If you want to see anything else with MDT, let me know at the bottom of the comment section. And thank you so much for those individuals that stopped by, commented, and thank you for the support. And I catch you guys on the next show. Peace out.